The video you're about to see is not intended as a how-to video of caving techniques. It is designed to foster a greater understanding of the world underground, to encourage safe enjoyment, and to promote efforts for the conservation of these unique resources. It is an underground world of darkness, mystery, sometimes danger, and incredible beauty. Caves are magical places that have been the catalysts for the myths and legends of early man. Only recently have these misconceptions given way to a whole new way to look at the underground realm.
The thing that intrigues people the most about caves is the unknown. The spirit of exploration, the adventure of going places where maybe no one's ever gone before, or at least very few people have gone before.
Recent technological advances, scientific research, and the human spirit of discovery have allowed explorers to begin to unlock the secrets of these mystifying resources. Cave exploration has revealed new and delicate geologic ecosystems of awesome beauty. Unspoiled worlds of mineral shapes, patterns, and structures that in many cases are constantly growing, changing, evolving. These underground worlds are vastly more diverse and fragile than we ever could have imagined. We may be on the verge of understanding our planet as never before.
I think cave exploration right now it's in its golden age. And one of the things nowadays that we're finding is not only are we impacting stuff that we can see, we're impacting stuff that we can't see.
Because we've started to really look for microorganisms in caves in new ways using molecular biology, we have started to find an amazing world of bacteria and fungi, most of whom are not known to science.
As more and more people begin to explore the hidden worlds below, the resource must endure increasing impact. Many cave resources are delicate, magnificent, and non-renewable. With the increased ability to explore these scenic wonders comes an increased responsibility. The responsibility to cave safely and leave no trace.
There's no light, there's very little sound in many caves, and the whole atmosphere is different. It's a very fragile and very sensitive environment. And although caves are made of rock and stone and you may think that they're invincible, they're actually very fragile, very delicate ecosystems that we have to protect.
When you consider the cumulative effect of 10 people, then 100 people, then 1,000 people, and over the period of a few years, tens of thousands of people visiting the cave can be destroyed to a point where it's nothing like it was in the beginning. We try to keep caves in a pristine condition so that the people that follow us can experience the same wonder and enjoyment that we experience.
To protect caves for future generations, all who explore underground must make a commitment to minimum impact caving techniques and to cave conservation.
If you're a beginning caver, you want to search out and take the advantage of experienced cavers. Cavers that have been around for a while, that know what kind of equipment to use, what kind of clothing is best to wear.
Here in the Guadalupe Mountains of southern New Mexico, 16-year-old Amberly Richards and 12-year-old Alexander Zanes learn about leave no trace caving from experts.
The whole concept of leaving no trace doesn't start just as you get into the cave, but it starts in the entrance area of the cave and outside the cave. There's a very special ecotone and ecosystem that is reliant upon that cave environment.
Many creatures use cave entrances for shelter, and some species have adapted to live only in cave entrance zones. Bats use many caves to roost, rear their young, and hibernate. Bats are delicate animals. Disturbing them during sensitive times can do great harm. If bats are using a cave entrance to enter or exit, stay away until the flight is over. To be better prepared for this adventure, our young cavers will review a booklet developed by the National Outdoor Leadership School on Caving and Outdoor Ethics called Leave No Trace. The cavers will wear approved helmets, don knee pads and gloves, Take drinking water and special containers so that no human waste is left in the cave. The trip leader has chosen a cave that is safely within the abilities of these apprentice explorers.
When we take new people in, there's no pressure. There's no pressure for people to perform. We try to let them know that if they're having any kind of anxiety or problems with an area, not to be hesitant to ask for help.
Being inside caves is not a natural experience for most people, but getting proper instruction and caving safely and within your abilities can lead to a rewarding experience. At all times, however, you must also consider the safety of the cave itself.
I try to reassure them, and I tell them that if they're not comfortable, just hold off, sit down, think, and relax a little bit and think about it, because there's no hurry.
We try to make sure that they understand that trails are in the caves, in most caves, and how these trails may be marked, whether they're marked with lines of rocks or whether they're marked with flagging tape.
Staying on the trail is extremely important in caving. Cavers should generally try to walk in single file, watching carefully where they walk, where they place their hands and feet, and as much as possible, trying to walk in the footsteps of those in front of you.
You shouldn't be touching formations, period. But with gloves on, if you have to touch something for balance, you'll help reduce your impact. And slow down, take your time, look around. Enjoy where you're going, try not to stir up dust, and be careful of where you're at and respect it.
Obvious impacts, such as breaking formations, are not the only things that are destructive to caves. There are much more subtle and nearly invisible elements that can lead to cave deterioration.
The subtle impacts to caves are many, actually. Lint, hair, skin cells. The hair and the skin cells are actually a nutrient source for microbes. In Carlsbad Cavern, lint is a big problem, and the lint actually will trap water. The carbon dioxide in the air will eventually make carbonic acid, and it can eat away at the formations.
Leave no trace caving means taking precautions against all forms of cave impact.
One of the things that we'll stress throughout the cave trip is safety, safety, safety. We'll take extra precautions around vertical areas and places where people may become injured. An injury in a cave may result in a rescue, which would result in a tremendous impact to the cave.
In 1992, Emily Davis Mobley was caving in Lechuguilla Cave in New Mexico. She was injured in a fall deep in the cave. The ensuing rescue involved 100 people and took 4 days.
Cave rescue is a very difficult situation in any respect that you look at it. It's very costly as well. It can be costly from a standpoint of the people, manpower, and money that you have to put into it. But it can also be very costly for the cave and the cave resources.
Is the whole team ready?
Cave rescues are vastly more complicated than surface rescues. Helicopters and other wilderness rescue techniques cannot be used in caves. Tight passages, vertical drops, and delicate landscape complicate the rescue. The safety of the patient and protection of the cave resource must be balanced during the operation. Rescues incur significantly more impact on a cave. As modern science begins to unlock the mysteries of caves, it is possible that these underground marvels may hold the key to future advancements in science and medicine. Perhaps within the bizarre life forms that have adapted themselves to cave life will be medicinal properties that will cure cancer or the AIDS virus. It is these secrets that have yet to be discovered, but the need to preserve our unique underground resources is critical.
Caving's definitely not for everybody. There's a lot of factors involved in caving that a lot of people don't like. They don't like to get dirty, they don't like tight places, they don't like dark places. Those are just some of the factors. But if you are not a very careful person, it's not for you either.
The Outdoor Skills and Ethics book, Leave No Trace, tells us we can continue to seek beauty, wonder, and adventure underground. But in order to ensure the preservation of caves, we must take the responsibility to educate ourselves and to become equipped with the skills and habits that enable us to leave no trace.
we're changing techniques of caving, we're changing a mindset of caving to a no-impact type of caving. So when you go in the cave, we're trying to leave no trace whatsoever, nothing behind that will actually pinpoint that we've been there.
For those who wish to challenge themselves, it is vital to seek proper instruction and learn to cave safely and responsibly. As you explore the wondrous world underground, remember the Caver's Creed. Take nothing but pictures. Leave only carefully placed footsteps. Kill nothing but time.